What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a special one for you. This is the part after our listeners video. However, this one is still going to be using listeners and listeners only. I didn't plan it like this. It just happened to be like this. But this is a very cool plugin. I spent about 2 days making it. That's why this video has a little bit delay coming to you. But I promise you it is worth the wait. So allow me to demonstrate. But before I do, let me make a couple announcements quick. So I got a new mic. I don't know if you could tell, but the sound is way better. You can like barely hear any background noise or anything like that. It's also really quality if I get right up next to it. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. I like it. It was a bit of an investment, but you know, it was definitely worth it. Also, I realized last video, 2 of my links did not work, so the link to the code for last video and the link to my theme didn't work, so I'm going to be addressing that. Again, I'm working on all these problems, and I think I got my OBS configs set up in a way that, you know, makes things flow better in the sense of quality and content. But anyway, let's get into what this actually does. So there's 2 instances of how this can work. Pretty much it makes a loot chest for a mob. So if I give myself give Mr. Official strength for 100 seconds and 100 amplifier. And if I summon, don't mind that in the chat either. Let's just summon a skeleton. When I kill them, there'll be a chest that spawns here. And if you open it up, all of the loot from that skeleton will be put into this chest, and it has a name up here called Death Chest Mob. And what I can do if I go to the GMS to replicate this, if I go ahead and click it, so I can just take the stuff out like normal. It works functionally, but it's easier because if you have a lot of chests in an area, you can just click it and boom, the chest breaks, you get the chest back, and you get your arrows or whatever dropped in. I can do that one more time, spawn a bunch of skeletons, bam, bam, bam. Their loot's in there. It's not 2 hour arrows every time, I swear. It looks like it's 2 hours every time, but it's not, I swear. And you can just go ahead and break it, and you collect everything here. So let me clear myself and show you the next one. So I made this kit real quick. I made this kit called Testing. Fills my inventory up with a bunch of junk, okay? So let's say I were to go up here, the voice crack. Don't mind the voice crack. Let's say I were to go up here, and if I do such GMS, I set my spawn, I'm pretty sure, so we should be good. When I die, you can already see there's a little chest there. So when I respawn, the chest will be here. The double chest, of course, because you can't fit everything in one chest. And it will be, all of my inventory will be in this chest. So this can also help for like despawning items and all that, and making things a little more organized. And you can see Mr. Artificial's death chest. So it's my chest on my death, and it has my custom name in it. Whoever dies will have their custom name inside of this chest, and this can hold other parts like, you know, shield slot or armor slots, all that. And simply all I need to do to get back to the same thing. If I right click, both the chests break, and I can pick everything back up again. And I keep the chest, so you can always like reuse these chests depending on what you want. There's a way that you can make sure that like you don't keep the chests, but I made it so that you could. That will be the challenge at the end of the video. I'll try to guide you. But without further ado, let's get into the code. Alrighty, so in the code we have, don't look at this one, this is only the other one. In the code we have our normal project setup. You guys know how to do this now. You should be pros. I'm not going to walk you through it anymore, and as we progress in the videos, I will actually just end up just giving you the code. Like just doing the code part. I won't talk about anything else. So simply what we have, plugin YML looks like this. You know the deal. We don't need to register anything because it's not listeners. However, we do need to register something in the main. That's what we do. The loot listen is your class name. Go ahead, put that in. And now all you want to do now is implement the listener. Again, extend the Java package, plugin, and then do public void on mob death entity death event. So this will factor in anytime anything dies. Anything at all. Dragon, we can filter out dragon, because you might not want that, but you know, that will be another challenge for the video. So the first thing we want to do is just get the entity. So we want to check if it's a player or if it's a mob. Because if it's a mob, we have to do something different than a player, as you clearly saw. So if e.getEntity is an instance of a player, then continue. So we're gonna go down here. We can put an else statement here, just for further reference. And then let's start making our variables. So we need to make our player variable equals e.getPlayer, e.getEntity, and then we have to cast it to player, of course, because, you know, we haven't specified it's a player. And then that will work nicely in our favor. And then we could go ahead and just check if their inventory is empty, because if their inventory is empty, we don't want to do anything, because there's nothing to put in a chest, so we don't want to just make a bunch of random chests. So if, oh, we already did that. If player.getInventory, let's wait for it to load, .is empty, then we want to return. And then we'll pop back out of this. So, first thing we want to do is the drops. So the method e.getDrops gets the stuff that would be dropped on their death. So if I had all that stuff in my inventory, all that stuff would be dropped. So we just want to clear that, because we don't actually want that. It's not necessary. We don't want the items to drop. We want to be put in a chest. So we're going to clear it. Then we want to start making our chest. So this is a bit of code. I'll go through it quickly and then I'll explain it. So location lock equals player.getLocation. We want that exact location. So then we're going to make two blocks to make a double chest. So you need two chests, and then we're going to do some code to merge them together. So block 1, or we'll call it left side, equals lock.getBlock. And then block left side equals lock.getBlock. However, we're going to actually, wait, no, it's not lock.getBlock. It's lock.clone. So cloning any variable, will just make another one of its variables without actually editing this variable. So we want to have this block be this block, and then we're going to clone and then get the block 1 over to the left of it. So, or to the right of it. We want to add 0, 0, -1, and then .getBlock. So this gets the block that we have at the player's location, and this gets the block right next to it by not changing this block, but by cloning the block and then getting it. So next thing we want to do is left side. We have to, you know, make these chests. So left side dot set type to material dot chest. And again, this just makes sure that each of the blocks that we have do become chests. So right side, why am I typing this bad? Side dot, what is it called? Oh wait, we did two left sides. Oopsie daisies. Right side. So right side dot, I'm very silly today. Right side dot set type, and then material dot chest. And then we're gonna pop out of these and then we're gonna have to get the block data. So I will explain this in a minute. Just give me a second. So block data equals left side to get block data. So we have to do this for both, but I'm gonna go over one the first time. So next thing we want to do is go like this and go inside of these, and then do two of these inside. So on the outer part, or on the inner part, should I say, on the furthest in part, do directional, and then outside of it, do left data, or just normal data. Actually, we'll call it left data, because we are going to have to make two data variables. So, like that. Left data, like that. And then we're going to dot set facing. We're going to face it to block face dot east. So, a little bit confusing here, but let me go to the last line, and then I will review it, and then we'll just have to copy this down for the right one. Well, we'll have to just do this all again for the right one, but I'm going to copy and paste it instead of actually type it out because, you know, we don't need to go over that. You guys are pros. So then all we gotta do is just get the left side chest and then set the block data to the data we just made. So left data. So what this does is it creates a block data variable for the data of left side. Okay, so it gets block data. And then you have to cast it to directional because you are setting the direction of the chest, and you're going to set this to facing east. That will make more sense in a minute. And then you just want to set the block data of this chest to the data we just made and just edited. Anyway, we'll go back down. So this is where it gets kind of weird because, or bucket's weird with it. So org.bucket dot block dot data dot type. You can do it like that. Dot chest. Okay? And then we're going to call it chest left data. So this is the data of a chest. This is chest data. Not block data, chest data. And then we're going to set this equal to, I'm going to copy this because we have to cast it. Set this equal to a cast of the same thing. And then we're just going to do left data. So what this does is it gets data, block data type of a chest. Okay, because we need to get chest data now. We can't just do it normally. And then we're going to call it, we're going to give it a name, and then we're going to cast the chest data to the block data we already have. But this chest data is just going to give us more specific. So we're going to make this a chest data instead of a block data now. Next thing we want to do, it's going to be another 3-liner here. Chest data left, or chest left data, dot set type. So we're gonna type dot right. So give me 1 second and I'll show you what this does. Left side dot set block data to chest left data. Anyway, what this does is it gets the chest and it makes chest data, and it uses this dot set type method to set the type of chest. Since we have a double chest, this left chest is going to be on the right side. I do not know why I did it this way. Hindsight, it's kind of confusing. However, it does make sense if you just bear with me here. So, believe it or not, we are actually done for that part. What we're going to do is we're going to separate these two. Just do a quick line of code that will make more sense than what you just did previously. Chest left chest equals the cast of a chest to left side dot get state. And then chest right chest equals the same thing, cast of right side dot get state. So in order to get a chest, you have to get a state because the chest returns a state type. So it gets a block and then it gets the state that's in. And the state could be an anvil, a chest, blah, 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 but it's going to be a chest. So you cast it to chest, and then all we're going to do is set the custom name for both of these. So left chest dot set custom name chat color dot gold plus e dot get entity dot get name plus chat color dot red plus we'll do this death chest. Okay, so we'll copy that down for right chest because I am lazy boy. Do this and then change this to right. And then what we have to do is right, go down here, 1 line, go right chest dot update, and then left chest update. There you go. So what this pretty much does is it gets the chest variables so we can do some methods with it, and it sets the custom name to both of the chests, because if you set it to one of the chests, it's going to cause some errors because it's a double chest. So you set it for both of the chests, and then you have to update both. This update method is super, super important, okay? If anybody knows Redstone, updating a block kind of tells the block some new code to do. So right now we are making single chests, right? And we're going to end up connecting them. So if you put this update at the end, after you connect the chests, if you update the chests are going to be like, because the way you connect these chests is by using packets and stuff. Not packets. By, you know, it's not a normal way, shall we say. So left chest.update, pretty much that method will tell the blocks, oh, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be a double chest, you're supposed to be a normal chest. And I've tested this 100%, and if you put this at the end, it will cause problems, and it will mess up your chests, and it will look very bad, very ugly, okay? So don't do any of that, and do copy this, just this part, right here, and we can actually, did we already, okay, no, we just need this part, because we already set these two. So, right below it, I like to go 2 lines down to separate some stuff. We're gonna do left, or right data, and it's also right data, and it's also right data, and it's again, right side. Change all these back to right, right side. Make sure everything is right, and we want to change this to be facing. Yes, okay. Just making sure I had to figure out a hand around that. It has to be the same way, because if you connect the chest and not the same way, it's really not just take out the first second, makes more sense like that. But we'll put this chest right in here, and we'll kind of make it right and we'll do right in here. But anyway, we are done that. So we can actually go ahead and head down a line to set the inventory, because believe it or not, we are pretty close to the end. So what you want to do, get down here, double chest inventory. Okay, so this is a value or a variable. No, it's an object. It's an object that pretty much takes a inventory and turns it into a double chest inventory. And now this specifically works for chests, because if right now we did something along the lines of right chest or left chest dot set data or set inventory contents, it would return an error and be like, wait a minute, you can't give like a certain amount of items to double chest inventory. Turns a chest inventory into a double chest inventory, because you can't set a chest inventory to a certain number of blocks. Like this would work if the player's inventory only had 27 slots of actual inventory contents of it, but because it doesn't, you need a double chest inventory. This is also just good practice. We'll call it inventory, like so, equals the cast of double chest inventory, chest inventory, cast of double chest inventory to any of the chests I found worked. So left chest dot get inventory. You can use any chest you want, and then all I gotta do is inventory dot set contents. You can use set contents or set storage contents. For the purpose of the video, I'll branch out to new methods, set storage contents, and we'll just do player.get inventory .get contents. And that will set the inventory to everything we need. So, next thing we want to do is go on to this else statement you see here. So this else statement means it's a mob. It is a mob. And we just have to do the stuff for the mob. So this actually is equally as complicated, but it's short. So you don't have to worry about anything else. Equally as complicated, but short. Just keep that in mind. So it does use some more complicated methods. I think it's more complicated, but definitely short. So if e.getEntity is an instance of a mob, so we still want to check, because if it's not an instance of a mob, we just don't want to have that errors there, those errors there. And then we'll do block b equals e.getEntity dot get location dot get block. Block. There we go. So after getting this block, we want to obviously set the type to a chest. There you go. And then we want to make a chest variable. We have done this many times. It shouldn't be too hard. Equals a cast of chest b.getState. And for, okay, so let me explain what I'm about to do here. Pretty much, we need to take the drops that we get using e.getDrops from the mob and put it into a chest. Seems simple, right? No, because if you try to do chest.setContents, or you get what I mean. If you choose chest.set or get inventory.setContents, and then you do e.getDrops, you realize that e.getDrops is a list, and it won't work because set contents is something different. If you do, let me go back real quick. Set contents. Contents is an item stack array, and there's a difference. So what we have to do is we have to convert pretty much our stuff, our drops list, into an array. And you could use the arrays, I think .to array or something, or there's another function for a list that says to array, but that doesn't actually work the way you think it does. So we're gonna do this my way, shall we say? So we're gonna do we're gonna do a for loop. So for int I equals 0, and then while I is less than e.getDrops.size. Let me explain this all at the end. Then we're just gonna do I++. So pretty much what this does is gives our I variable that starts at 0. Again, go into a different for loop definition because I don't know if you want to be coming to some of the code Spigot plugins for the best for loop definition. But if I is less than e.getDrops.getSize, then we're just gonna keep adding to the I value. So this will repeat the amount of times that we have drops. So if there's 16 drops, if the drop size is 16, this will repeat 16 times. So next we're gonna have to make our item stack array. Item stack array, like that. And we'll call it items to add to chest, obviously. Equals new item stack array. And when you do new item stack array, you have to specify a size. So the size of our array is going to be the size of the drops. e.getDrops.size. So we're going to make our array as big as the amount of drops that we have. And then what we're going to do is pretty simple stuff, is items to add I'll explain this in a second, equals e.getDrops.get I. So it's going to take, so we know it's going to repeat. Let's just assume the amount of drops we have is 4. We have 4 items to add. This is going to repeat 4 times, so which means the item stack array is going to be 4 times big. So it's going to be an array of 4 values, okay? So since it repeats 4 times, we can use this I variable. So the items to add, the first item we add, so this will be 1, okay? So the first time the for loop goes through, this will be 1. So our first item to add, we want to be the first item in the list, and then it goes again, okay? And then this will be number 2. So the second item we want to add, or whatever the value we want it to be for the second array, will be the list number 2, like the number 2 value in the list, and it'll just keep going for the amount of drops size we have, and that will work pretty effectively. And then we just want to do some basic stuff here. Chest.set custom name to death chest mob, and then we can go chest.update like that because we know we need to update it, and then chest.getInventory.setContents to items to add, and then e.getDrops.clear. We don't want to, again, this is really important, do not clear the drops before we do this part, because it's going to use these drops to add. And if you clear the drops, there's going to be nothing in the drops. They're not going to know what to add. So you have to clear the drops after you're done adding all the drops. So that's all we need for there. And then we are going to, that's how we actually make the chests on the death. So now we are just going to, I think it's here, and we are going to do this next part. So this is just all of the functions to break our chest. So real quick, we're going to do if e.get action. So this is the action that was performed. So e.get get action equals action dot left click block. So this means that they punched our block or tried to break the block. And if it does, we're going to check if the click block is a chest. E.get clicked block dot get type. So we're gonna get the material of it, and we're gonna check if it equals material dot chest, like that. And then we're going to make a block variable for the block that we made. So block equals e dot get click block. So that's gonna get the block that was interacted with. And then we're gonna make a chest variable, chest. We know the deal equals cast the chest to block dot get state. We're gonna check if it's the mob chest or the player chest. So if e dot get, or we'll just do chest dot get custom name. So this is going to return the name that we've already set it, and we're going to check if it contains the player name. Contains e dot get player dot get name, because we can do this, shall we say, or we'll do it like that. We can do this because up here we set the chest name to the player's name. So this action can only be performed by the player who died. This is also like a little anti-theft, so other people can't walk up to it and just click it. So it's going to check if whoever's clicking it is the owner of that chest, pretty much. And then we're going to do another else statement, or we'll do it else if. And then we're going to just check if the chest dot get custom name dot contains. I use dot contains just because sometimes dot equals can lead to error in your part of not typing it out right, and it's just simpler way. So if it equals or contains, shall we say, that, or whatever you put as the name for it, then we're going to do two methods. So I will make this method in a second, but just type out break chest block, or block, and then we'll go paste that down right over here. So this method's not in Spigot. You know why? Because we have to make it ourselves. So it's pretty simple. I like that. It's pretty simple. Just go private void break chest. So whatever you name this method up here, at least, and then do block B. This means it's going to require a block. And then what we're gonna do is the first thing we do b.break naturally. And then we're going to do b.getWorld. Let's see, actually. Yeah, so we're going to play a sound. So b.getWorld, so get the world that's in, .play sound, because you only play sound out of the world. And then we're going to do b.getLocation, the location of it. And we are going to do sound egg. Or we're going to do chicken egg. Now this is going to play that popping sound you heard before, and we'll do 2, and we'll do 1 just for now. And then we're going to do b.getWorld. We're going to do the next one, b.getWorld spawn particle. So this is going to spawn that effect that you saw with the little TNT going off. So we're going to do particle, or wait, it's location, I think it needs. No, it's particle first. Particle dot explosion large. Huge is way too big, but you just want large. And then you want to do b.getLocation. And because we don't want it to be spawning directly in the block, we want it to be above the block so it has more of an effect. We want to just add, 1, because that's how you get to the top of the block. And we just want to put 20 there because that is how, intense I think we want it to be. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that is actually it for this whole entire plugin. You can go ahead and go package this up, load it up onto your server. Let me go run my server real quick. Load it up onto your server and go try it out because it works 100%. So, a couple challenges that I want you to do. So when we break this chest, you saw before that it gave you back the chest and anybody could use it. So I want you to code it so that people can't You could choose any way. There's multiple ways I'm thinking of now. One is super easy, one's extremely complicated, but shows you have a good understanding of Java. One of them, yeah, so find a method to make sure that chest cannot be obtained by them. That is the first challenge. Let's see if the server's up. Yep. That is the first challenge on what we can do. Let's go test this out again, shall we? And then just /kill Mr. Artificial. I will die. Chest is right here. Has my name. Custom everything. Mr. Artificial, death chest. Go ahead, pop it. Breaks like that. You can see that particle effect. Here, let me get the chest out. Or maybe it's right here. Yeah. You can see the particle effect spawns above it. We don't want it to spawn inside of it. So yeah, that's what we want to do. Any other things you could possibly think of? There's a lot of things that I can't think of off the top of my head right now that I purposely didn't code because I wanted to leave that up to you because, you know, I don't want to code I do want to code everything for you because, you know, I'm trying to help you learn. But it's important that I don't code everything for you because you cannot learn if you don't practice yourself or you don't at least try. There's many Discord help servers. If I get popular enough, I probably will be making my own Discord help server. So go into those if you still need help with it. But try yourself to do it before you go out to any other Discord help server. And just see if you can do it. It's just a little challenge. Look up methods. Do what I've given you so far. Anything you want to do, go look it up. Because I guarantee you, you will be amazed by your skill and how you can actually do things if you just attempt it. Like, don't think about, oh, I don't know how to do it. Like, this whole actually plugin was just a bunch of me, I don't know how to do it. And, you know, I overcame that. And I think I'm so much happier with the fact that I, like, knew what to do than rather just being, like, asking somebody else and feeling not accomplished. So without further ado, that will be the end of today's video. Code will be down in the description because I know it's a lot of code. Again, please read the, watch the video and learn what you're doing before you copy paste the code because you can't do anything if you don't learn. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Go ahead, give a like, sub, anything that you want. Show me some love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.